Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 5 of the AMNA National Men's and Mixed Netball Championships held here at the Janea Netball Centre in Olympic Park in Sydney. My name's Josh and I'm joined in commentary today by Glenn Coleman, a New South Wales coach.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we've got Tasmania versus Western Australia. Tasmania sitting 5th on the ladder and Western Australia 7th. How do you think today's match is going to go?
Well, look, I expect a high volume scoring game. These guys have been, putting some numbers in their division. Unfortunately, WA have been eliminated now, but they've just been competitive. This is the strongest reserves division I've seen in years. And
WA, yep. So we've got Tasmania with the first centre pass to the left of screen in the green colours. Oh, big hit there. And Western Australia shooting to your right with Tassie on the first on the board. I'd give you the lineups, but we haven't actually got them yet. So hopefully they'll come over soon from the bench. So we're live here on AMNA TV, brought to you by Game Clothing. You can find us on Facebook at AMNA Men's and Mixed Netball. Great shot there.
Start. It's confident shooting. I'm loving that Tasmania brought some experience back into their lineup. They've been the surprise packet of this division and playing accordingly. Their debut in semi-finals, it looks like the number 5 seed, and
yep, so they're cemented 5th spot this year.
Cemented 5th spot.
And this year is there 9 teams in this division?
There is 9 teams. Yeah, it's huge.
So you only get one chance to play each team.
Everyone plays each other once in the rounds, and there's a elimination final 5 spots with good old NRL style finals of back in the day, and throws a bit something different, a bit of a different look, but competitive nonetheless. You want that top spot. You
Definitely.
Really want the top spot, and Queensland have sewed that up. And
unlucky footwork error there from Tasmania. So we've got a line up here for Western Australia. So at goal shooter, we have Isopo. The pronunciation I'm not going to be the greatest at. We've got Anthony Murray at goal attack, Griff Thomas at wing attack, Mitch Walker at centre, Boyd Berryman at wing defence, Jason Winter at goal defence, and Blake Smith at goalkeeper for Western Australia. So it's 2-2 early on in this first quarter. Smith there called for an obstruction call.
And they're both settled in quite quickly, haven't they? Both teams have goals on the board.
Pretty steady. So Thomas there, the wing attack. I know he's a defender as well. A few years ago, back when we played here last time, I think it was 2015, when Nationals were held here in Sydney, he was a defender.
That's great hold
for them as well. So seeing him pop out to wing attack's great. Nice finish there. Got a great rebound.
The defence for Tasmania this tournament's been outstanding. And Bryant, the goalkeeper, great pressure. They gave us a lot of trouble when we played them in the rounds, and they beat us, New South Wales. I'm coaching the New South Wales Resi's team, and
how have they gone this week so far?
Well, look, they've wrapped up the number 4 spot. They had a chance to climb into 3rd today, and the SA were too good. And
so that's you guys will play Tasmania this afternoon, is that right?
That's correct, yeah, tonight. So I think we've got a few scouts probably around the place having a look at this game, and see
what they can pick apart.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a nice feed there from the centre.
And it's good to see that Tassie have put out a really strong lineup. They've got nothing to play for as far as position on the ladder goes. They've got that final spot locked up, which is what they want. But they're going out hard, they're going out strong, and working on connections and for tonight, and they'll be ready to go. We're not going to underestimate them at all.
Definitely. Okay, so Western Australia with a throw in on the baseline. Walker. Offside call. Western Australia lucky there. That pass was just a little bit low, I think, for the goal attack. Bounce not quite right. So Murray swings the ball to Walker in the pocket. Contact from Muffet. Goal defender from Tasmania. And nice shot there from Murray.
Great shot.
There's still just 1 goal in it. Tassie 5, Western Australia 4. Lovely hold there.
Opened up a lot of space in the post and delivering on the goals.
Ooh, well read there from the goal attack. Adams from Tasmania. Western Australia back now into the attack.
Stepping on then, and
A few little errors creeping in. They just wanted to rush that one, I think. But Tasmania gets one of Western Australia's, so broken the centre. Broken call.
and this is where fatigue's kicking in this part of the week in the tournament.
Day
Across
5,
the
so this is
board
game
and
8, I think,
yeah,
for these guys.
It's a long week, and you've got to keep the skills up.
So it's just getting a little bit scrappy now. I think Western Australia will be looking at trying to settle it. They've got possession now. They want to hold on to it.
And, you know, WA, for where they are on the ladder, is not really a true reflection of their performance. They played really, really well this week. We can see that goal there. It was a beautiful shot. He's backing himself the goal attack. Murray, he's shooting well, and
A little confusion with the centre pass.
Our umpires, Amy and Christina, for this game. Amy's very experienced, having done some Australian duties.
Yes. The umpiring's been great this week.
It's been amazing.
Yeah,
It's been
53 umpires, massive call.
Unbelievable, unbelievable by everyone that's involved. You know, we're so fortunate that we've have this many umpires at the tournament.
It's great to see.
And
So Tasmania now bringing the ball down the court through their defenders. Stubbs wing attack, nice drive there. Trying to find circle edge.
just getting caught a little bit in the backspace, and
Unfortunate there's offside from the centre.
good defensive pressure, and it results in a turnover.
Nice work there from Tasmania. They were really sticking one-on-one and trying to push them wide as well, which forced that turnover to go out over the sideline. Centre stepping on, finding the front space for Adams. Nice high release. Beautiful shot. Tassie out now to a 2-goal lead with the centre pass. Looking early to the shooter. Nice ball to the top. Adams is confident going to the post. Shot to finish off there from the shooter. So we're halfway through this quarter now. 8-5 to Tassie. They just seem to be still not quite settled, I don't think, from both teams. It's still, they're just trying to find connections. It's their first game of the day. Oh, great. Well timed, that jump.
He's been outstanding. Outstanding.
The keeper?
Yeah, the
Brian,
goalkeeper.
yep.
Brian, he's been one of the best on court for all week for Tasmania, and leads by example. Lovely screen by the goal shoot.
Circle feed from the goal defence.
Should finish this off with a goal and push Tassie back out.
Nice. Just the 3 goals. Holding play here while we retrieve a ball from another court. Overcooked that one to the pocket, I think. Oh, well done to keep that one in. Murray with the long shot, just falls short. And the rebound from the goal defence.
That lovely movement through the midcourt.
It's quite smooth coming down through the channels. And a nice shot again by Adams there to finish that one off.
And it's an interesting pathway that Tasmania have taken this year, and they've gone away from, from the youth as much as what a lot of, states, the big 3, New South Wales, Vic and Queensland, they've got the numbers and to push push these younger players through and blend them with the seniors, and the smaller states, Tassie and ACT and the ADF, they rely on the smaller number, and Tasmania have gone back to experience this year in their reserves, and they're treating it accordingly, and you can see the wise heads on court. I think that's what's got them into this spot, got them into finals, and
Definitely, yeah.
They should be really proud of that.
And they've got 2 teams in national, so they've got this team and the mixed reserves team.
Yep, correct.
So they're the 2 teams they're fielding this year.
And I think I think that, you know, they'd be ticking off that box for making finals in reserves division. I don't
Definitely.
know, you know, what goals they'd set, but, you know, if I was the coach of Tasmania, I'd be over the moon with this
Definitely be happy,
performance.
yeah.
They've
Great rebound.
Great.
Bryant comes up with it again.
Another one.
Needed a steady on that outlet pass. Nice baseline drive from
Beautiful
Adams.
cut.
Beautiful timing. Smith too close. Winter too close. Finishes that one. So I think WA now need to score off this one. It's blown out to 5 goals in this first quarter. We're
They're getting a little congested
Just,
for the middle of the court, aren't they?
just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Murray, the goal attack.
He's backing
Goes for the
himself.
first.
He's
Nice.
still putting them up.
Yeah, he's finding it really nicely there, and Isoko under the post as well. He's offering as well,
Yep.
but Murray's just got that confidence to go to the post. An offensive call from the shooter. Bit casual there on the chase. WA kept
They did well. They kept it in. That's beautiful
Murray.
shooting. That is lovely shooting. Didn't look like missing. Second phase, just really getting trapped every time.
That one just falls short again. Same spot as the last one that fell short. So Anthony Murray just needs to lift that shot at that angle, and he'll find the hoop. So WA looking to put on a sagging back here, looking to put on a bit of a press maybe. Thomas looking for the hunt. And they force the
that
turnover.
worked. Good pressure, great pressure. Now they've just got to convert. And here it is. This is the part where it's just getting held up. And that train transfers to the top of the circle.
Murray finishes. So they're definitely looking to Murray for the hot hand,
Yeah,
as you would.
It's a little bit all or nothing in that circle. I think the preliminary work sort of has backed off a bit, especially for that mid-court, and they're just going on that, relying on the long bombs now, and how that serves them.
That's credit to the defence from Tasmania, really forcing them
Absolutely.
nice and high. That shooter hasn't touched the ball for a while, so be interesting to see if he can work himself into the game. Not when they give away penalties like that.
And you need to be careful, don't you, when someone's got the hot hand, that you don't let your other shooter go go quiet in the background. Got to share that load.
Adams is doing the shooting
Isn't he?
from that end as well. Looks
Isn't
at both goal attacks. Doing majority of it. Out for the centre pass.
It's interesting, this division, that a lot of the teams up the top end, the goal attacks are really dominating games, and South Australia and Queensland, I was going to say, that their goal attacks are very explosive, and they really, really take control.
And they're not relying on the
those-
tall. Have they got tall ones?
No, Victoria's always traditionally had a pretty moving circle. They've got lovely shooters in there, and that's a difficulty. I mean, that's why they're multiple defending champions. That you know, they're just, this year is the first time they've lost games in this division in a couple of years, I think it's been. And but they have a lovely moving circle, and
Well-timed jump there from Bryant again.
he's having an outstanding game.
Murray doesn't let him get that one. So Victoria have gone 5 years in a row winning this division, and before that was New South Wales. So Queensland look the goods this year, but we'll have to wait and see.
It is.
It all starts today.
It is the open door. It's 1 to 5. Honestly, there is no clear-cut favourite in this division. I can tell you that now. Everyone's beating everyone, and there's been so many upset results. Teams in the 5 getting beaten by teams outside the 5, and draws, and it's been a roller coaster.
Makes for a good final series.
Absolutely. It's probably one of the most exciting divisions in the competition this year. And there's no rest.
Yeah. So inside the last minute here, it's just 5 goals the margin now. So WA have kept with them. I would say they've kept their own here. They just need to be steady coming through the midcourt.
Goal shooter on a lovely hold.
Just
That's
missed it.
a great rebound.
Oh, unfortunately, pushing off Bryant there. Tasmania a chance to score to finish off the quarter. Back to Bryant to go forward. Nice drive there from the centre. And Adams pops. Long pass. Unfortunately, pops back out. WA with the ball. And the end of the first quarter. So Tasmania leading Western Australia here in the first quarter of the men's reserved game. 16 goals to 11. Glenn, what did you think of that first quarter?
Well, as I said, it was a relatively, I thought it'd be pretty high scoring, and 27 goals in the quarter. They're putting it up there, and you know it's great to see that WA haven't you know pushed the exit button yet. They've you know they've got nothing to play for, but they're competing really hard as they've done all week.
Yep.
And
so what would the words be from Mandy, the coach of WA, just to keep the boys in the next quarter?
Lift your eyes a little bit and have a look. I think they're a little bit focused on one target. There's the shooter's doing some great work at the post, and they just got to honour him with the ball. And I know that Goltak's got a hot hand, but you know, work that ball into the post. And
cool. All right. Well, we'll take a break, and after this ad break, we'll be back with the second quarter. And welcome back to the second quarter of the men's reserves game of WA versus Tasmania. Tasmania had the early lead in the first quarter, 16 goals to 11. But they'll definitely be looking, Western Australia be looking to build off that first quarter. They had some great passages of play there, but they just couldn't quite find that connection from the midcourt to the shooting circle. So we'll see what they come up with in this second quarter. We've got a few changes that have come in. So for Western Australia, just the one change. Jason Winter's gone to the bench and Drew Clark has come on to goal defence. And for Tasmania, Glenn?
And for Tasmania, Alex Beswick goes to the bench and Sam Dugan goes into ring defence.
Okay, cool.
Pulling the changes early.
Yep. So not... do you expect those changes?
Look, I think for WA, they're going to want to get everyone on court and give them all a run. And for Tasmania, you'd want to rest the legs, I would expect, for tonight, for their big one with my boys.
New South Wales. It's the one to look for. All right, so Tasmania again going through Adams to find the post. So let's see if we can, Western Australia can string together something. Yeah, so that going back to use Clark, the centre pass, play that's come from the bench. Isopu, front position, wants the ball. That shot just off a tiny bit.
But straight off the bat, they've delivered him the ball.
Yep.
They're looking at him as a target, so maybe that's something that the coaches addressed on
asked for, yep.
And there he is. Lovely front hold. He's got a great hold on him.
Yep.
Getting the ball. And they're on the board.
Finishes nicely there. Shooter out. Sends the ball to the centre. Lovely roll from the shooter there to find front position. Contact call on Clark. Gives Adam a shot at the post. It's quite warm in here today.
It's warm, glorious day outside.
Beautiful
day in Sydney. Beautiful weather. Great netball action. Can't ask for more. Finals tonight we kick off with. And
so if you're at home watching, bring your popcorn.
Bring your popcorn.
Find a seat. And lock yourselves in for finals. So that's what's going to happen.
If you're in Sydney, get your backside courtside. Get on court. Get down here.
So once again, we'd like to thank our major sponsor, Game Clothing, and Medals to Go. Without our sponsors, we thank them a lot for helping us along the way and getting men's netball where it needs to be. And beautiful timing on the shot there from Brian again.
Bad luck.
Bit casual, trying to pull that one in. Front cut from Murray. Triple jump. Well, I would have liked to have seen Kimba Isopo go to the post with that one. He's almost underneath. Needs to find his confidence, I think. So Western Australia got one of theirs. They look to now score off their one.
Keeping it short and tight, especially around that top of that circle, and just trying to walk the ball onto the post. And
his front cut there. Needs to really get that ball out of the defenders.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
The crowd goes crazy for that one. Just use the play. Was it the player's body or was it the post?
It was his stomach. I think Oliver Bryant did everything right then, and just got a little bit tricked out with the with the pass to the stomach.
Smart from the shooter. Oh, lovely feed. Stubbs to Adams. Adams won't miss from there. So still the 6 goals.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? There's not been a blowout yet. They're not kept nice and close.
Nice front drive there from Murray.
Let's see if he goes to post again.
Soper blocking out for the rebound.
Yeah, he's back at himself.
Beautiful. Nice shot. Got the money shot.
Thomas is happy with it.
Yeah, Thomas is flicking the don'ts at him. Tasmania looking for their shooter to come out a little bit there.
I think they're just a bit lost on the connection there and stopped on the drive. Oh, beautiful. Great hold.
So Smith there was calling Drew Clark back, but couldn't quite hear him. It is a bit loud in here, so.
Especially with the ACT next door.
With the Griffin clap. Oh, really, it's loud.
Isn't it? It's great.
Great drive to the pocket there from Walker. Sopu found himself high in the circle.
I think the intention to become more involved is drawing himself a little bit away from that post.
Murray again.
Yeah, hot, red hot. That's the drive that they were looking for on the last play. They're opening up that circle beautifully, Tasmania. Look at that.
Nice feed. Hands in there from Smith.
Strong.
Finds himself out of play, but.
Strong prelims, lovely rolls, some front cuts. Great movement from both the shooters.
Murray uses Clark. Thomas.
Yeah.
Walker offside, unfortunately. Tasmania using the far channel and finds Adam under the post with a layup. Gretel.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. You know, I love that. You know, that makes me excited.
Love a bit of Gretel.
Yep.
That'll give Tasmania a little bit more confidence.
Are they opening up the court beautifully through the sidelines?
And the shooting, the connection there, the communication in that circle is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just Western Australia's defenders sometimes caught with their eyes down, trying to chase those shooters around.
And you can see the confidence kicking in now for Tasmania. They're letting the ball go, moving it down court beautifully, opening the court right up. Everyone's working hard on prelims and getting that movement
Murray
in the circle.
again. Beautiful shot.
Isn't he shooting amazing?
You'd almost wonder if they're going to try and take Murray out of the game by double teaming him
Well,
rather than the shooter.
You know, it'd be a conversation, wouldn't it?
Big swing ball. Adam just inside. Maria. Fortunately pops out. Clark, was it Clark with the rebound? Smith with the rebound. Clark being it through court, using Thomas at wing attack. Soko. Unfortunately, tries to refeed, but intercepted from Tasmania. Beautiful triangle work there.
The timing is spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. They will be very difficult opponents tonight for New South Wales. Very difficult.
Are you writing notes?
I spent
notes?
I spent half a game doing it yesterday.
Fortunately, that one rolls out for Murray. Nice defence there from the centre and winning attack for Western Australia. Soko. Fortunately, that one pops out over the baseline. He's not happy with himself. He just needs to take his time. I think he's looking at the hand of the defender. So if you can try and get that hand out of sight and push that shot nice and high, I think it'll make a big difference. Nice work from the wing defence to get a touch on that one. Timing again from Tasmania there for the shooter to pop out. It's brilliant.
They pushed out to 9 now and with the centre pass. This is alarm bells a bit for WA.
So we're now just over halfway through this quarter as well. 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. The men's reserves game. Tasmania versus Western Australia. Western Australia in attack.
Nice work.
Great hands by Stubbs.
Turnover.
Wing attack. Looks long for Adams.
What I love about Adams is he just sits off the court and just lets the ball come to him. He doesn't get involved.
Yep.
He trusts in his mid-quarters. They bring the ball through exceptionally well, and he just sits in that backspace. A little pop, a little roll. There he goes.
Just when he needs to.
Just popped then and beautifully opened up the door for the shooter at the post and executed beautifully. He knows what he's doing.
And like you said before, it's so great. It's so great to see Tasmania so competitive in this division.
I think it's been one of the revelations of the tournament, and you know it looks, and it's great for our sport too that you know these teams are new, that are just coming back from, you know, I've been around long enough that I remember when Tasmania was competing at nationals and. You know, going down to Hobart and competing down there, and you know, it's a great state. They're so competitive and great people, and it's so good that they're back in the sport. And now they're playing finals again. Is, you know, it's great sign for men's netball in this country that we're represented everywhere on the continent now.
It's great to see. You've been around netball for a long time. This is how many nationals is this?
I don't know. My first one was in the 90s. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much.
All right, so it's out to 10 goals now. So I think Western Australia just need to try and keep this margin respectable. They've done the hard work. They've definitely done the hard work. They're getting ball. They just need to capitalise on when they've got in these shooters' hands.
Finish this.
Perfect. Well done. Tasmania now.
You'd think they'd have one eye on the end of the game and one eye on tonight now, wouldn't you?
I think so, yeah. I think maybe they'll be trying to... Are they going to... Do you think they might try and rest legs, or are they going to keep working on combinations?
Look, I think the only thing that's probably a little bit on the downside with Tasmania is how deep the bench goes and how far, what legs they've got left for the business end of the tournament.
The pointy end, yeah.
You know, as I said, you know, for these bigger states that depth. I know for our team we're lucky we're 12 deep, so you know we're pretty confident, and I'd say the other states are too. That you know you can put a bench on and know they're going to do the job, and these guys are, you know, everyone's performed admirably, but.
Brian again trying to time that jump.
Great rebound. There we go. There's the switches, running the lanes.
Beautiful. Shooter goes to the post, and why wouldn't you when you can finish it off like that?
That's right. Says Adams, I don't need you. I can do this myself.
Swing ball
There
to
he
the
goes.
pocket.
And I'll be patient.
Oh, well done there from Clark. Unfortunately, umpire says that's a bit
Unlucky.
close. And takes a long one. Brings the lights down, unfortunately pops out. He's got the rebound, but finishes that one off nicely. We're inside the final 3 minutes. The first half. Clark links to Murray. Fortunately, just the ball placement, I think. Bryant got up nice and high for that one. Oh, and straight through. Read that one very well.
Go to post.
On the ball there from Bryant. He says, Murray, you can have this one. Finishes that one off well. But still the confidence from the shooter, not quite there.
What do you like as a coach with when you've got one hot and one not, and you know, are you building trying to get your shooter, the cold shooter, into the game? Or
I think definitely. I think they need to try and work this shooter in and tell the shooter that, you know, they have that bib on for a reason. We know they can shoot, unless they're acting as the feeder. But I'm not sure. I think Isopo is a shooter, so definitely he knows he can do it. I've seen him do it before as well. So just needs the confidence to.
That was a shootable shot then.
Yeah.
The results a held ball.
The held ball.
If you're going to be out there, you got to go to post.
Definitely. And I think that's what Mandy would be saying too at half time is, you know.
Yeah, she'd be a little disappointed in that, wouldn't she?
I think so, definitely. The ball's there to be shot, so put it up. I think within half of the circle distance is where you should be putting that ball up.
I mean, look at these guys. They're
getting plenty of ball. Plenty of ball.
The Tassie boys get the ball in the circle. They go to post. Miss the shot. Doesn't matter. They back themselves to get the turnover.
I think there's an offside call, possibly. Oh, looks that one. Perryman.
Lovely. Flooding now.
And Tasmania look like they just put a bit of a zone on for the midcourt there. Murray takes the front space. Bryant over the shot. Nice shot there.
Beautiful. It's a good hold too. I think it's probably about 4 feet away, and he's
so tall. His arms are so long.
So long.
So got the front position. Murray comes
go.
around.
He'll take the shot. Why not?
Nice.
When he can do that.
It's quite a flat shot.
It is.
Just rolls over the top of the ring, but
it's effective though.
Holy dooly, it's accurate. Tasmania could possibly be the last centre pass of the quarter.
Beautiful. Beautiful triangles. They're on these guys.
Walker, Thomas, back to Clark. Thomas again. Finds Murray.
Just rims out.
Goes out. Right. Looking for leads down court. Nice drive from, well read from the wing defence, Western Australia.
I think he was going for that regardless. Time?
So that's half time. 10 goals the margin. Tasmania leading Western Australia, 33 goals to 23. Second quarter. It was 6 at the end of the first quarter. It's now blown out to 10.
I thought it was going to go a little bit further than that.
I just seen both shooters pull their tags off, so could be an indication to the coach that's saying, get us out of here. But I wouldn't be moving Murray. He's definitely the one that's going to the post, but I think we need to see a Sopo.
Well, he's keeping them in the game, isn't he?
Yeah.
In some respects, there's 10 goals. It could be a lot more if it wasn't for his hot hand.
Yep. And what do you think Tasmania are doing well?
I don't think. What are they doing wrong is the question. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think there's really much that they're doing wrong. They just, and you can watch. They're making, just between themselves. Any slight minor adjustments they need to do. They're working amongst themselves, and
you can see that over there in the playing groups. It's not necessarily the coach that's talking to the whole group, but the players themselves are speaking about what they can probably do better. So.
And sometimes that's what you need to do. Sometimes there's too much instruction. And your coach is trying to deliver you, everything. That just put yourselves into your little groups and have a huddle, and the shooters chat, the defenders chat, and work it out amongst themselves. And the coach doesn't need to. Just when you're playing like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll come back with the second half of the men's reserve game.
Passion, dedication, fun, and fitness. What do all these things have in common? These are all the qualities of Game Clothing and our brand ambassadors, professional athletes Laura Langman and Stephanie Wood. Stay up to date with all the latest ambassador and product news at gameclothing.com.au.
And we're back here for the second half of the men's reserve game in the Genea Netball Centre here in Olympic Park in Sydney. We've got Tasmania up against Western Australia. Tasmania with the lead at half-time, 33-23. We've got a few changes. Glenn, the Tassie have made a few changes?
Just a few changes, and I'm lucky that I get to do the Tassie ones, and your WA ones, there's heaps of them. So I'll do my best to get through this. So Sam Dugan goes from wing defence to the bench, and he's replaced by Alex Beswick. We've got Dean Stubbs. He's also going to the bench, and Eddie Charlesworth from centre of the wing attack, and Stephen Godfrey comes from the bench and goes to centre.
Okay, and for Western Australia, it looks like Mandy has made a few changes here. So Blake Smith has gone from one end to the other, so from keeper to shooter. Trent Hogan's come from the bench and filled the spot at keeper. Drew Clark has gone off this quarter from goal defence. And Chase Taiua has gone to goal defence. My pronunciation's not the greatest. Boyd Berryman has gone to the bench from wing defence, and Amos Tarapu has gone to wing defence. Mitch Walker's gone from centre to wing attack. Aaron Crute has gone to centre from the bench. Griff Thomas has gone from wing attack to goal attack. Kipper, the goal shooter, Usopu has gone from shooter to the bench, and Murray has also gone to the bench. So I think almost every position has changed.
What does that mean?
Yeah. So I think they're looking for something else in that shooting circle. They've gone with a bit of height by the looks of it. So looking to try and change Tasmania's game, see if they can get Tasmania on the back foot here in this quarter. So 11 goals is the margin. Found the shooter quite nicely there under the post for Tassie.
I think between the two of us, we'll spend the first couple of minutes working out.
Trying to figure out the names. So Thomas now, nice and tall at goal attack. As I said before, I've seen him as a defender as well. So
right, so yeah, I've seen him as a goal attack. You've seen him as a defender.
We've seen him as a wing attack. Where else can he play?
Versatility deluxe. That's what Norma says. You've got to be versatile.
That's one. So some of these guys, I would assume, have nominated for Australian teams.
Yes, they are. Tour to Papua New Guinea and
later this year.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a selector, and thank God for that, because it is going to be
so hard to select.
Oh my God.
Well, 9 teams. That's like what, 90-something players.
Unbelievable. Like I have no idea how they're supposed to pull a team from what I've seen this week. I got nothing. Yeah. No idea.
So I think it's the first time they're touring to Papua New Guinea, so it'll be exciting to see how they go over there and what type of result they come back with.
I'll tell you what though, any team that gets picked, it's going to be
a great
competitive.
Oh. So they normally play in the New Zealand men's national tournament, but the 35s for the first year are going over there this year, along with the 17s. So, and the men's reserves are going, and the mixed reserves I'm pretty sure are going to Papua New Guinea.
It'll be an experience for all round, isn't it? Go PNG. Great to see PNG getting involved. And
great drive from Thomas.
Lovely little entry cut.
That one, overcooked that one, and Smith comes up the rebound. Oh, Bryant. Again.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
Get that out of here.
Mate, you're 9 goals. You're 11 goals up. He's still blocking shots.
I think he might have had his arms before then. Thomas is just trying to block those 2 tall defenders out from jumping that shot. Smith finishes that one. Nice.
Very clean contest though, isn't it?
It's quite a nice game. Both teams are fairly steady.
There's nothing off the ball and movement, nice clean. Just trying to force something across the court that wasn't really on there, but
couldn't quite pull that one in. Walker, Crute to Thomas in the pocket. Smith front hold, lovely split. Swings a So Tasmania now. Ooh, a little bit late there from Walker. Effort. Swing ball. Overcooked that one too. They've done that in the last 2 ones. So I think maybe the shooters are looking to screen each other, swing the ball and pop around. But we just held time here while the ball's gone up onto the other court. So I think it's a fantastic place to hold nationals.
Oh, this is purpose built for netball. Why wouldn't
so
you
much
use it?
room.
Why wouldn't you
Great
use
spectating areas. It's just the air conditioning I don't think's working.
This is unseasonable. Like, I can't remember this time of year in Sydney that's ever been this hot.
Yeah, I remember the first year we played here in 2015 when it first opened. It wasn't this hot. I think I wore a jumper the whole week.
I feel like I'm in Queensland.
It's beautiful.
I love going to Queensland for nationals. I'm in the pool. This year I'm still in the pool. Just not the ice bath.
No, I said to my boys, if they we're not doing quite well this year. We're rebuilding for New South Wales in the 17s. I said to the boys, if we can get a game up, I'll ice bath. But unfortunately, or fortunately for me, but unfortunately for the team, we haven't got the win yet. But
I was going to ask you about you boys. You are the defending champions. You are a championship-winning coach yourself. So you know what it takes to win these titles, and you know.
Last year, I think 10 of the 12 players that we had in the team last year were aged out, so they've all gone up to the 20s, and 2 of the young boys have stayed down, but unfortunately we're rebuilding, so we've got...
Oh, they're youth, they're babies, aren't they?
They are
got
14 and 15-year-olds.
So much time and so much potential and talent there.
Nationals 2020, wherever that may be, watch out, because we'll be after it.
How good are the juniors, though, this year?
It's unbelievable.
They're just...
Some of the talent and the natural...
I was watching some 17s this morning, and I was dumbfounded with some of the skill base that, you know, now that we've gone from what we were years ago, where these boys are being introduced to netball that, you know, in their teens, and going from there, that, you know, that we've got them playing at a much younger age, they're developing the school base earlier, and you know, and it shows out on court that, you know, some of the movement's unbelievable. I was watching one of the boys, just the elevation on him was ridiculous.
Yeah. So for anyone out there that's under 17, that's over 12, because once you turn 12, too old to play outdoor with the girls.
Yep.
So it's sort of there's a bit of a blurry patch there where we're trying to encourage boys to come along to our exhibition training and all that sort of thing. Yeah. So if anyone's out there interested in coming along, and in any state. I know all the states have the junior development, so... And
we're not going to be biased, are we? We're going to say New South Wales in particular. If you're sitting at home, boys, watching this...
Well, you know somebody.
We've got pathways for you.
Yeah.
We've got pathways for you. And you can be out here playing this as well. Maybe being commentated by us.
Yep. That's
if they're lucky or unlucky.
We might not have a job after
that. Yeah, true.
But Western Australia have brought the game back a little bit. They were just 8 goals, but Tasmania's finished one off there to make it 9. So 40 plays 31. So the changes from Western Australia have seemed to work.
And it's great that everyone's getting a go in the last match. And
definitely be out there to show that what they're here for. Want to keep it respectable.
I love everything that WA is doing as well. You know, they've only just come in the last handful of years, and they're playing Opens again, and the Opens almost beat Queensland.
What a great team that is too.
Jerome Gilbard, idol.
Shout out.
Love him. Love him, love him, love him.
And all the work they're doing back in Western Australia. I think they got their men's league starting this year.
Yes.
So that's great to see. So next year I think we'll be seeing more teams fielded for Western Australia.
And I really think that, you know, a title's just around the corner for these
Western
guys.
Australia, definitely, yep.
Their Opens team is just, you know, going from strength to strength.
Nice finish there from
Speaking
Thomas.
Of Opens, got a prediction?
Ooh, can I be biased?
No, you'll be as biased as I am.
I know. I think we can come away with it. I think there might be 6 games in 0 at the moment, so we're looking good. But I know Victorian's young team, they've got some great talent in there.
Well, no one gave them a chance last year, and they just went through they went through the back door and took home the title. So
they'll be looking to try and do that again. I know that they've worked really hard this year. So
yeah.
So Western Australia back within 8. They're looking to try and make it 7. Going back to go forward. Centre. Nice give and go there. Beautiful play down court. Contact call. Oh, offside. Free pass. Swings the ball round to Walker to connect with Smith.
His fresh legs have given them a lot more drive to that midcourt as well.
Yeah.
WA and 8's not insurmountable. It's
A few throw-ins here. They just need to work the ball out the edge of the circle to find the right spot. Another throw-in. 4 in a row. Let's get after it. Oh,
it's
still going the front position.
the prelim work's dried up a bit, hasn't it?
It's
It's
got a bit
tired. It's a bit static. Offer a little bit more. Well, just got to be patient and wait.
Hits the ball on the court. Contact call at the top.
There we go.
Runs the front.
And look, it's Oliver Bryant's hands again. It's just, he doesn't stop.
He doesn't. Unbelievable. Contact there from Walker. Perfect. It's with the centre. Godfrey. Front cut from Adams. He'll go to the post on that one. Bounces back. He's up for the rebound. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get that one.
And I think they've just switched off a fraction. They can. I think they're worried about 7 o'clock now. Beautiful. There we go, and that's what we talk about.
Good
the
patience.
prelim work.
Yeah.
As soon as you throw a bit of that in, a little dodge on the post and opens it right up. Goal scored. Normality back.
So 9 goals the difference. Just under 3 minutes to go. Third quarter. As the ball comes over near us. Nearly got in the game.
I was in the game before.
Got a touch.
I got a touch.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, silly pass there from Thomas to Smith. He's not happy with that one, but turns into defence. Bit late from Thomas.
I saw the Swifts training before, and
Yes.
special guests. We had Abby McCulloch yesterday.
Abby McCulloch, I think Paige Hadley as well.
I
or
saw Paige
today.
in the car park this morning.
Yeah. And Annie Jules.
Yeah.
She was
Well,
here.
Jules-
She did Opens men's game last night.
Yeah, she did. Isn't it great having these girls
Those
come
people
out
come.
and commentate?
Yeah.
Love it.
And just their take on men's netball.
Yeah, I saw we were playing up on the other court and next door to all the Swifts girls, and my mate Sarah Clow, she was watching intently, gave me a wave.
Sure,
and
she was cheering you guys on.
She was giving me a wave.
So there's a few people up there fangirling, I think.
Oh, big
You're
time.
one of them.
Other Swifts I was. There was everyone with the Giants. Everyone's got a favourite.
That's it.
We know my team's not really in Sydney, but shout out to Dan Ryan if he's watching.
I'm sure he will be watching sometime this week.
Hello, champion coach.
Oh, great arms over from the shooter.
One of the greatest men's netball players of all time.
Apart from yourself.
Obviously. I think he learned off me, to be honest.
Western Australia pushed it out to 11 now. Great drive top of the circle from Walker.
I think umpire Amy Winchcombe missed that arm across the body for. She's still celebrating the Richmond Tigers.
I bet she is. She'll be celebrating that for years.
Yeah,
It'll be the only time they win, you know that.
Yeah. After the Swans lost to Port on Sunday.
She was pretty excited when she saw she was umpiring Western Australia with the black and yellow.
Yeah,
she
she
thought,
was. She
go the
was a
Tigers.
sign, the black and
Yeah.
gold.
She was all for it.
She's the biggest Richmond fan I know.
That one rolls out.
Oh, he's a little bit ginger after that. Thomas. Can finish the shot anyway. No. You can see him struggling. I think he's hurt himself. Yep, and he's call time.
They got it. Injury timeout here from the goal attack. Within the last 30 seconds of the quarter. Look over to the bench, and some of them have got their shoes off, so they don't want to come back on.
Yeah, I think they're done for the tournament. They're ready for Prezzo now.
So, Mandy there, the coach.
How good is the next couple of days of finals? And
It's going to be amazing.
also
Can't
got
wait.
I can't. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night they're playing the 20s and the 17s?
The 23s and the 17s.
23s and the 17s.
Yep.
They brought them a day earlier, so they can have all their glory.
Yep, the night match. We've decided to put the 17s in the limelight and give them a night match, and hopefully everyone's out. Everyone in Sydney Friday night.
Come here before you go out to the city.
For sure. As if you wouldn't.
That's it.
As if you wouldn't. Watch. You've got the Open Men's Prelim Final. You've got the Open Mixed Prelim Final. You've got the Men's Reserve Qualifying Finals. You've just got there's finals everywhere, like literally everywhere, culminating in those 2 grand finals. They're going to be spectacular.
And you could even see us. We'll be here.
Maybe I could be. I think we both have to be here, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So the third quarter, Tassie's blown out a little bit more. 13 goals. So 47 plays 34 in the end of the third quarter here. The men's reserve game. So we've got 5th versus 7th. Tassie's sitting 5th and Western Australia on 7th. There's going to be no movement in the ladder, win or loss here for Tasmania. So I think they're just trying to run their combinations and see what happens. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back for the last quarter.
And part of the venue that hosted some games for the 2015 World Cup that I was lucky attended. Did you go? Were you at World Cup?
Yes, I did go to World Cup.
Wasn't great.
Exciting with and the Comgate starting today.
Oh, here's two. The Diamonds.
So
First game tonight.
sisters are on court tonight.
Geitsy's back.
Geitsy's back.
Oh.
Isn't that exciting? I knew you'd be excited about that.
Oh, you know, Geitsy's a little idol of mine. Thank you.
Shout out to her if she's watching.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is.
She'd have to be, as if she'd miss this.
Oh,
A prep game and all of them. And
all right. So we've got a couple of changes. So I'll go through Western Australia because only two. Griff Thomas, the injury, the player that was injured in the last quarter has gone off to the bench, and that's brought Boyd Berryman on to goal attack. So they're the only changes for Western Australia in the last quarter.
And for Dugan's back on. He's gone back to goal defence. Murfitt from goal defence to goalkeeper. So Ollie Bryant gets the break. Much deserved break. Matt Charlesworth has gone to the bench, and Stubbs comes back onto the court at wing attack.
So 11 goals is the difference to Tasmania over Western Australia. Adams still doing the workload there in front.
He hasn't missed a beat, has he?
He's been absolutely outstanding for this. Him and Adams and Bryant has been absolute standouts for me for Tasmania.
Without a doubt. I think the match runs through them, and I think their little, Adams tonight will be the
one to stop.
Will be the one to stop. Yeah, I think our team's very defence heavy, as by the very low scoring game that we had with Vic 1 and the thriller. One goal thriller. Absolutely an amazing match. Well commentated too, I have to say. I watched it back last night for a bit of research, and the guys were.
Let's see if we can learn some tricks off the men's reserve. So.
And the crowd.
So loud.
The University of New South Wales guys got some players in our team and all their friends, and makes such a difference to the crowd.
The 8th player on the court, hey.
I think from our perspective, again, we won't be biased, but we'd love to see the stadium filled on Saturday all day. So actually, you know what? All day Friday night and all day Saturday.
Get down here where you're blue.
Yeah. Sky blue.
We're sky blue.
Yeah, sky blue.
Cheer us on.
Cheer us. Yeah.
It's only $5. $5 to come and watch.
That's so cheap. How do we do that? Footwork call.
Bit too keen there, ran on. Berryman, goal attacks, trying to direct traffic there.
I'm just thinking, is there anything cheaper to do in Sydney than come to...
On a Friday night. Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, and to come watch netball.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. I think it's cost... Go to a football game or go to... It costs you like $50 for a hot dog and chips or something. It's like... Unbelievable. If you're in Sydney, you need to get out here.
That's it.
Finals start tonight. Run through tomorrow. Grand finals tomorrow night. Grand finals all day Saturday. Culminating in the big one, the big showpiece. Hopefully the defending champions New South Wales will be there again and go back to back for the first time in their history.
Yeah,
they've never won back to backs. That's such a big deal for them last year. It's been a long drought. 2006.
Like 11 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2006. I was there for that one.
You were there.
Of course.
Western Australia, still only 11 goals. I'm sure they can bring, if they can get a couple of goals here on the board and put the pressure on Tasmania, I think it could give them a good run here in the final quarter.
They just keep rotating through the shooters as well, don't they? Who's it got? Who's it? I was looking. I'm like, this is my changes are changing.
So Berryman's on instead of Thomas now.
Does that mean that many changes are trying to keep up? So I don't think we'll have any more. I think everyone's got the shoes off now.
Yeah,
WA.
look over there at the bench.
Yeah. Cool.
So Berryman looks
a little
offload to Smith.
Hesitant. No.
So 9 goals, they can...
she's called it.
She's got him for a short pass.
She called it. She thought about it.
Would have been nice if they had pulled it off, because I'm sure it would have been a goal. They would have been within 8.
Umpire Christina, both the umpires did a great job today.
Yeah, they have been great.
I didn't even notice them, to be honest.
No. Notice how graceful they are running around.
Yeah. It's hard work.
Shot from Adams.
I umpired 1 year of nationals here, and I was dead by the second day.
Oh.
It's done. I don't know how to do it.
And it's so different to the women's game. It's so fast. It's aerial. It's very different to the women's game. So there's aspects that are the same.
No
look away.
Great no
Kim
look
Green,
pass.
is that you?
You got to finish that off.
Yeah.
Got to finish it off. Reward him.
Bounce, bounce. Ooh, unfortunately, it pops back out.
It's a bit of silence on the crowd.
Buswick, wing defence, connects with Adam, top of the circle. Oh, beautiful shot. He's happy that one went in.
Dribbles in.
Oh, lovely pass. Good hold from the shooter.
Set play there. There's no hesitation in where that one was going.
And the confidence into each other, just let that ball go. Walker probably should have let that one go early too.
Testament to WA for just keeping it within a respectable scoreline and 13. They got a held ball there. Obviously, they've gone all the way through their shooting bench and given everyone a crack. Why not? It's your last game and of the week, and see what this can look towards next year. And
so although it is the last game, I'm sure they're going to take stuff from it and rebuild.
Oh, 100%.
And definitely work on that for next year. If they keep these players, they're definitely going to look at a top 5 spot.
You would expect a lot of these guys will come back. There's some good talent in here, and I think for these guys, if they're like the other states, they'll be using this division as a feeder into Opens. I know that's been a key focus for us this year, to really lift the level of high performance in reserves. We've done some training work with the Opens to see what they're all about. Coach Teresa Tyeri, she's a wizard, and when you can learn a lot and you put these guys into that environment, it does wonders for their game. And the Victorians have been the benchmark for so long of high performance, of elite athletes. I guess that's probably why they've won. How many? 5? What did you say?
5 in a row, yeah.
5 in a row. 2 years, I think, undefeated. I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, but
sounds about right to me.
That's another question mark. How does Coach Jenny Lewis?
What does she do?
What does she do? She's in uncharted territory here, where she's got a couple of losses to her name, and they would have been. You would think that they would be the favourites leading into this division, and I don't think anyone expected.
You couldn't pick a favourite this year.
No way.
Not now.
No, I just had a look at that South Australian front court today. It was just unbelievable. There's so much movement. The Queenslanders are just tough all the way through court, from front to back. That's probably why they sat at the top at the end of the year. They're just, they've got no one out there trying to take control of the game. They work hard for each other. And our boys, I think, New South Wales, I think one of the best defensive teams in the competition, and I think that showed it last night.
Up against Vic.
Yeah, if they can get the volume up. Look at Tassie hit 56. 50 is usually your benchmark, isn't it? For goal scoring, and they've, I expected numbers from them, and they're not going to disappoint me. They'll make 60 probably, or more than likely. When you can do it both ends of the court, turn the ball over and score goals, it's usually got a W next to your name at the end of the day.
That's it. So a few little errors here from Western Australia, just rushing it, feeding their circle. We've seen a few balls go out over their baseline, so we're into the final 5 minutes now. As Adams' shot there pops back out, and a contact call on the shooter.
Great. And they're not giving up, are they?
No, they're definitely taking it to them right to the end, which is great to see. So, and Coach Mandy will be happy with that the boys have really worked hard, even though it's not going to change, not going to make them make finals, but no, they've still giving them a good run. Some miscommunication there.
And I'm loving that, you know, Tasmania have not taken that. Look at that. That's
Beautiful
just confidence. That's confidence right there. These guys could quite easily run the table, you know, from 5th spot. Wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm. How would that be?
Just to prove that what we were talking about, the depth of the WA being supported now by the man we were talking about there, the superstar of WA, Jerome Gilbert, in the corner. I think everything he's done for the state, you know, is rubbing off across the board in all the teams. And he looks so fit too.
Western Australia. Walker for the centre pass. Links with Berryman. Just come on there at goal attack. Crook back to Berryman. He doesn't like that distance.
That still doesn't like it.
Nice roll from the shooter. Adams didn't quite see it in time. Double dodge on the baseline. Contact from Hogan. Oh, beautiful roll.
And isn't that the difference? Just the prelim work.
The prelim and the timing, it's impeccable. Yeah.
Berryman's out running double plays at the top of the circle and sort of getting the ball in the same position to take that mid-range shot that he's not looking particularly comfortable in.
Yeah.
Change the angle a little bit, run your 45, and your entry card will be like closer to the post. Look at that. Right to the end. They're just pushing to the end.
Yeah.
This doesn't make me enthusiastic as a New South Wales coach.
Nope. See some of the boys over there in the crowd watching on.
Yeah.
See what they can do to try and stop it. Oh,
that's delightful. That is delightful.
Defenders just caught with their heads down a little bit there, unfortunately.
He's throwing a ball. No. Ball fake that.
Berryman not very happy with that.
No.
He knows that they can do better. This decision making at the end there wasn't. Just let them down a little bit, I think. But a credit to them, putting it to them, doing really well.
Congratulations to WA and ADF and ACT in this division. Their journey ends today, but they've all been ultra competitive and everything's been played in great spirit.
And it's so great to see those states and those teams coming here to play as well. So and ACT this year has become affiliated with AMNA.
They have.
It's their first year.
I'm very, very excited about that.
So great to see.
I was down in the ACT for the reserves this year and had a game against them. Professionalism deluxe.
Yeah.
Absolute professionalism.
So
it's such
fantastic to see.
A small area with not a great, a large player base, just based on population and whatever, and you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. The crowds that got to the game were huge. They treated us, way better than we treat ourselves. I think. I was just, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked for them that they're now members. It's we call time. Changing the ball over.
Ball's a bit sweaty apparently. Stubbs got a wing attack from Tasmania. As us the umpire, if we can change.
They need a dry ball for the last couple of minutes.
Yep.
Connection off there. I'll work on that.
Adams wasn't happy with himself there for that one. But he's worked hard to get it back. So
working to the end.
That's what our coach wants to see.
Yep.
You throw the ball away, you get it back. He's done just that.
And it's quite easy to get into that mentality. You know that the big ones tomorrow, it was tonight, and take your foot off the pedal and just run it out. But obviously the Tasmanian coach has said, nah, let's push this all the way through. build on the confidence in time.
That's it. So that's the end of the game here. The men's reserve game. Tasmania 66 victorious over Western Australia 44. So quite a nice game.
Lovely game.
Yeah,
Love
didn't blow out to the final quarter.
about the score I'd probably expect at 66 goals is a big number.
Yeah. It's still quite high scoring from Western Australia, so it's great to see them getting the goals on the board. It would have been good to see them start off a little bit stronger, going to the post a little bit, but they changed up their shooters, so it brought a little bit more going to the post, which is great to see. But Tasmania just too strong today for them. So fortunately, that's the end of the road for Western Australia. Tasmania will take on New South Wales later tonight in that game. So stay around.
You got the rest of the day?
Yeah, the rest looks like it's going to be a mixed game on this court next, South Australia versus Victoria. So hang around and watch that one. And Glenn, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
And it was a great game to watch and commentate. So
thank you.
Thanks again.